What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to Rengar, the Pride Stalker. If this is your first time checking out the channel, we're going to take a look at Rengar's biography and story. We'll move on to his cinematics, move on to his skins, the fandom wiki, and then at the very end of the video, we're going to take a look at his voice lines and any special interactions that he will have. All right, so Rengar is a champion that I really actually don't know very much about at all. I mean, obviously, I've seen him before. I've seen him in other reactions that I've done. I'm going to assume he is a Vistayan as well, just obviously based on what he looks like. But other than that, I actually don't really know too much about Rengar. So this is kind of a blind reaction, which is going to be pretty fun. The quote says, "Prey on the weak and you may survive. Prey on the strong and you will truly live." Ooh, that's a really cool quote. Role is assassin. Region is Ishtal. Oh, okay. So he's an Ishtal champion. Okay, I remember, I think, hearing about him when we did like maybe Kiana or something, or maybe Skarner, I'm not sure. All right, race is Vistaya, and our related champions are Kha'zix, I guess is how you say it, and then Nidalee and Gnar, which we haven't reacted to any of these champions actually just yet. Maybe I'll be convinced from this reaction to do one of these other ones. All right, the paragraph says, Rengar is a ferocious Vistayan trophy hunter who lives for the thrill of tracking down and killing dangerous creatures. He scours the world for the most fearsome beasts he can find, especially seeking any trace of Kha'zix, the void creature who scratched out his eye. Oh, Rengar stalks his prey neither for food nor glory, but for the sheer beauty of the pursuit. Okay, so he's one of those people that enjoys the hunt, right? And then, so yeah, okay, we have the eye patch up here, which is he lost his eye from Kha'zix. All right, let's dive into the biography. Rengar hails from a tribe of Shuriman Vistaya, known as the Kilash, whose society venerated the honor and glory of the hunt. Rengar was born the runt of the litter to the tribe's chieftain, Ponjaf. Ponjaf believed Rengar's diminutive size would make him a worthless hunter. He ignored his child, assuming the runt would starve to death. Wow, okay. Well, there's already some father trauma there. Basically, in the first paragraph, we're getting Rengar's trauma. Eventually, the young Rengar fled the camp, ashamed that he had disappointed his father. He subsisted on grubs and plants for weeks until one day he was nearly killed by a legendary human hunter named Markan. Upon seeing Rengar's state, he took pity on the creature and let it live. Besides, this was no mighty Vistayan warrior worthy of Markan's blade. Rengar spent months following Markan, feeding off the corpses the hunter left behind. He still hoped to one day rejoin his tribe, and so took great care in observing how Markan took down his quarries. Okay, so he's going to learn from this guy. After some time, Markan grew sick of the pathetic Kilash following him around. He put a knife to Rengar's throat and informed him that the only way to be a hunter was to hunt. He tossed Rengar the blade and kicked him down a ravine, where he was forced to make his first kill to survive. Wow. From then on, Rengar spent years pushing himself almost to the breaking point. He scoured Shurima for the most powerful and dangerous prey. Though he would never be as big as other Kilash, Rengar was determined to be twice as ferocious. Over time, instead of coming back to his camp each time with fresh scars, he began to come back with trophies. He polished a sandhawk's skull to a sheen. He braided the teeth of a shrieker into his hair. So we're getting like that classic story of like the small person, you know, utilizing maybe his size, or just like still learning and still proving to other people that he's still capable, even though he's a smaller person than other people, that he's able to do the same things as some of the bigger people, right? Then when he decided the time had come, Rengar returned to his tribe, ready to be accepted as a true hunter. Ponjaf scoffed at Rengar and his trophies. He decreed that only by bringing back the head of the elusive and legendary void abomination known as Kha'zix would Rengar be welcomed back into the tribe. Okay, well, come on. If nobody else could take out Kha'zix, then. Blinded by his eagerness, Rengar allowed this cunning beast to get the drop on him. The void creature ripped out one of Rengar's eyes and escaped. Furious and defeated, Rengar admitted his failure to Ponjaf. As expected, his father chastised him. Now I want to see like I wonder if there's a cinematic of these two fighting. But as Ponjaf spoke, Rengar noticed all the trophies adorning his father's hut were dusty and old. The chieftain had not hunted anything in a long time. He had likely sent Rengar after Kha'zix because he was too afraid to do it himself. Rengar interrupted his father and called him a coward. Many Kilash were blessed with strong bodies or comfortable homes. Rengar, conversely, was born facing death. He had taught himself how to hunt and had the trophies and scars to prove it. Even his own bloody eye socket was a trophy. Proof that though Rengar was born with disadvantages, he never gave up. Exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, even though he had these disadvantages, he still proved that he could still do some of the greatest things in the tribe. Rengar leapt onto his father and gutted him from neck to belly. Okay. The fiercest hunters of the tribe crowned him with flame roses, marking him as their new chieftain. Wait. Those are two crazy sentences right there. Kills his dad, becomes new chieftain. I mean, all right. But Rengar didn't need his village's acceptance. All he needed was adrenaline pumping through his veins as he chased down his prey. He left the village without even pausing to take a trophy from what was left of Ponjaf. His father was not a kill worthy of remembering. Instead, he set off determined to find and slay the void creature that had tried to blind him. not to satisfy the Kilash, but to satisfy himself. Cool. So we have like a little bit of this rivalry between Rengar and Kha'zix, and he wants his revenge and wants to find Kha'zix again and fight him. Now, I don't know anything about Kha'zix. Obviously, I know he's a Void, champion. That's all I really know. Oh, and he looks like Scyther from Pokemon. That's like the only other thing I know about him. So yeah, it'll be interesting to maybe learn a little bit more about Kha'zix and like this rivalry between these two. All right, on to the short story called Prey. Rengar smelled the blood before he saw the dead humans. 6 or so he estimated, but it was tough to get an exact count thanks to the number of pieces they'd been torn into. Their swords were strewn about the meadow, as useful as dulled cutlery. He knelt, licking blood from the ground. Cold to the tongue, still sweet, yet bitter with the taste of iron. It had been spilled less than an hour ago. Turning over one of the stray limbs in his hand, Rengar found a line of greenish saliva dangling from where the arm had been ripped from its body. He raised the stump to his nose and sniffed. The saliva smelled foul, like a corpse that had rotted in a puddle of excrement. Just raising it to his nose nearly made Rengar want to vomit, and he had a stronger stomach than most. He smiled his wide, toothy smile. The creature inflicted these wounds would be easy to attract. Rengar watched from the brush as the razor hide worked its claws around an old man's skull and crushed it between its bone teeth. It howled in disappointment, evidently unimpressed by the lack of a crunch. Okay. The giant four-legged beast stomped through the elderly man's tent, crushing it with a single step, then biting at the canvas and tearing it apart. Tossing aside the man's bedroll, it howled in delight as Rengar heard the scream of a young boy. Little one, frightened, good fear, delicious fear, time to eat, time to silence screams, time to pain. Pain on the back of its neck, sharp and hot. Something bit it? No. Another pain. Then another. Sharp stabs. Something with a weapon. Something with some fight in it. Maybe something tasty. Ooh, we got like a little drawing here. That's nice. Rengar held onto the Kirai saber with one hand as the razor hide bucked back and forth, trying to dislodge him. With his other hand, he grabbed a knife and punctured the beast's leathery hide over and over. He knew he'd never kill the beast this way, but he'd get it bleeding, confuse it. With any luck, panic it. The razor hide dropped to its stomach and rolled over, taking Rengar with it. It was fast, much faster than Rengar would have thought for a creature of its size. He barely had time to dislodge his blades and jump away. The two combatants got to their feet, blood trickled down the razorhide scales, each one sharp enough to sever a limb. Combined, the scales made for a nigh impenetrable defense and 1,000 small weapons all at the same time. It circled Rengar, sniffing the air. Rengar could tell he'd never win a straight fight against it. It was too big, too quick, too strong. Now see, I need a cinematic. I gotta see Rengar in action, A lifetime of scars had taught Rengar the secret of hunting. It wasn't about being strong, it was about knowing when to withdraw and when to attack. Right now, it was time to withdraw. He sprinted away from the village toward the tall grass surrounding it. The razorhide leapt after him in pursuit, its feet pounding the earth. Rengar could hear it behind him. He could be hidden in the grass soon enough, but the razorhide would catch up to him long before then. He just needed a few extra seconds. One-eyed Vastaya will be delicious. Only one thing tastier than something young, something that just tried to kill you. Stomp the cat beast to death before eating? No, better to swallow him whole. Feel thrashing grow weaker and weaker until it deliciously stops. That's crazy. Unhinged jaw, bite down, feel warm spurts of blood. Tripping, falling, what? Some sort of weapon. 3 balls tied together with leather tangled around legs. Bad. Oh, I forget what that weapon's called, but I know what it's supposed to be. Still, broke free easily, but cat beast gone. Only slight rustle in tall grass to show where he went. Bound into field after it. Cat beast, small, scared. Me, big, fast. Will stomp all tall grass down if it takes. Pain. Warmth running down hind legs. From where? Behind? No cat beast. Ran away again. Pain. New pain. Inside. Annoying. Not problem, just annoying. Start running. Doesn't matter which direction. Put distance between us. Regroup. Turn around. Where Vastaya? Maybe ran away. Maybe hiding. Waiting. Okay, these thoughts from the Razorback are crazy. Yeah, this is basically what I thought it was. This was the best part. Invisible within the tall grass, his prey cautious, but not smart enough to be terrified. The momentary silence before the attack, before the quarry realized just how helpless it was, before the howls of pain and the blood and the adrenaline and the joy. Rengar threw his head back and roared. Okay, so obviously with the tall grass here and like Rengar hiding in it, obviously giving lion, that's what they tend to do, right? Or any kind of like cat creature, like mountain lions, things like that, right? Where roar coming from? Sounds like everywhere. Not roar of anger, but not roar of fear. Excitement. Getting closer. No, this was a mistake. Out in the open, run back. Uh-oh, now this Razorhide's on the run. Hard to breathe, why? The wound in the side, deeper than it felt, throat wet, choking, blood. Don't slow down. Where is village? This way. No, the other. Vastaya still roaring, still getting closer. Run, doesn't matter where, just flash of metal, cool air blowing on stomach. No, inside stomach. Feel self growing lighter. Sound of something wet and heavy hitting the ground. Many wet and heavy things. Look back. Guts, fluid. A trail of red and green. Pain, stinging pain, throbbing pain, stabbing pain everywhere. Can't stand up, legs buckle, breathing hard, hear footsteps come closer, sound of knife leaving sheath. Feel something, something new, something terrible, not hunger, anger, joy, fear. That's cool. Hearing the thoughts of the thing that Rengar is hunting, that's a clever way to like write this story of like being hunted by Rengar and what the hunted is actually feeling when they're being hunted by him. Rengar approached the prone Razorhide, its feet still kicking at the air as blood poured from the massive slash across its belly. Its eyes were dilated. What trophy would he take? The skull? The mane? The creature lifted its head and worked its jaw, biting at the air out of anger or confusion. Rengar smiled. The creature's bone teeth were sharp, smooth. One of those would make an impressive addition to his necklace. Cool. I mean, we basically kind of get to see Rengar's strategy a little bit. He kind of like leapt in, attacked, kind of went on the run, let the creature bleed out and got weaker. And then he came in for the kill later on. All right, let's check out what cinematics we have for Rengar. All right, we're going to take a look at Rengar's abilities because we have like a very old, like 12-year-old champion spotlight, and we don't want to take a look at that. So let's just look at his abilities here. So we have his passive, which is Unseen Predator. While in brush, Rengar leaps at his target with his basic attack. Oh, that's pretty good. Rengar generates ferocity whenever he casts an ability. At max ferocity, his next ability is empowered. Killing enemy champions awards trophies on Rengar's Bone Tooth necklace, granting bonus attack damage. Okay, so that's the point where you basically want to kind of feed Rengar, or like you want Rengar on your team getting kills because of this whole Bone Tooth necklace. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming that's like a permanent bonus to his attack damage. Savagery, which is his Q. Rengar's next attack brutally stabs his target for bonus damage. Ferocity effect deals increased damage and grants attack speed. Okay, so we're seeing it here. It's basically like a swipe and then like a stab forward. That's kind of cool. All right, we have Battle Roar. Rengar lets out a Battle Roar, damaging enemies and healing for some of the recent damage he has taken. Ferocity effect additionally breaks crowd control effects. Oh, that's a very good ability. The part that's really good is the breaking crowd control effects, but obviously you have to have the ferocity, but still the fact that you heal and then just do a little bit more damage is pretty cool. Like that's an overall just really good ability. Oh, there's the Bola Strike from the story that we read. That's really cool. So it is his E. It says Rengar throws a bola, slowing the first target hit for a short duration. Ferocity effect roots the target. Okay, so a slow or a root. Very good. And then Thrill of the Hunt is the ultimate. Let's see it first before I read it. So he goes invis and he goes really, really fast. Oh, okay, let's read it. So Rengar's predatory instincts take over, camouflaging him and revealing the nearest enemy champion in a large radius around him. During Thrill of the Hunt, Rengar gains move speed and he can leap to the tracked enemy without being in brush, reducing their armor. Okay, so that seems more like a gank ability, right? So I'm going to take the guess of he's a jungler because that doesn't seem like an ultimate that you use in like team fights, right? Like maybe you still will use it, but it really seems like, yeah, like a gank ability where you're going after somebody that's out of position or something, because it seems like a very like, I'm going to come out of nowhere invisible with my super crazy move speed and reduce your armor. So that's a really cool ability and very fitting for a hunter champion, right? All right, I definitely want to hear from you guys. So the difficulty for Rengar, according to the League of Legends website, is high. I want to hear from you guys. How difficult is Rengar truly? Do you guys think he's really good as an assassin? Like compare him to other assassins for me. And then, yeah, just let me know how Rengar is in the current meta and everything like that. With us still looking at the abilities, I did want to take a look at the Wild Rift video that they have for him, just, you know, showing us the abilities again, but in Wild Rift. So let's take a look. Prize. And we're hearing his voice for the first time. Cool.
I'm just getting started.
All right, here's the Unseen Predator. Gain attack damage per unique takedown. With 4 ferocity, enhance the next ability. Okay. Here's the ferocity version. Gain attack speed for longer. Oh, let's see, Battle Roar. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I want to see the enhanced version of this. Oh yeah, that's really cool. The fact that you can like get rid of a root. Okay, the Bolo seems like it goes pretty fast. And then rooting. Cool. Pretty long root. Cool, here's the ultimate. Okay. Proud the jungle, make them pray. Wow. I feel like based on his abilities, he's probably a pretty good jungler, but I mean, I don't know. Those abilities seem really good. Ooh. That's a cool skin. Yeah, like I said again, just let me know how good of a jungler Rengar is, or whatever like other assassins also take that role. I just want to know like how he compares to others. Since we don't have too many trailers or cinematics to take a look at for Rengar, we're gonna take a look at an event that happened in Wild Rift and just check it out. So it's called Masters of the Hunt. I think it was just him and Kha'zix had like a little event or something. Ooh, oh, that's a cool intro for Kha'zix. Choose a side. Oh, so you had to choose between the two? Which one would you guys say is more popular? Kha'zix or Rengar? Fight for your team and collect rewards. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. It's just like a choose a side and then you can get the rewards for it. Oh, and then having them fight there in the middle, that was cool. That's kind of a cool event. I think they literally, based on the lore of these two champions, were able to make an event between the two and their like rivalry, which is cool. Do we get to see? Oh, Kha'zix! Oh my God! Look at his mouth. Okay, let's move on from that. All right, everybody. It's a sad day when our login screen or champion theme is only a minute long. Let's go ahead and listen to this for Rengar. It's 9 years old, so it makes sense. Oh. This is giving like a thrill of the hunt kind of song for sure. Just like drums going real fast. Okay, I didn't really take a look at his weapons like specifically. So he's got like the 2 Wolverine claws. I mean, obviously Wolverine has 3, but he has 2. And then he's got that, yeah, that big dagger or whatever. The dagger's massive. Okay, we're adding another element. Oh my God, that was so short. It was building into something. No, they did Rengar dirty here. I think this could have been way longer and turned into a full song. The drums are fitting. We got to say the drums were fitting. I think that was perfect for Rengar. But then you see like in the middle there, we started getting like some sort of like little melody going and then it just like went dead. All right, that was cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the reaction. All right, guys, we're taking a look at Rengar skins. I am using the fandom wiki. You guys have told me that there is a new League of Legends wiki now, but I wasn't able to find like the 3D viewer for the champion skins in that wiki. So I'm going to continue to use the fandom wiki for now for the skins. All right, let's take a look at the original skin for Rengar first. I'll give you guys my top 3. It looks like we have like 8 skins to look at. All right, so we've seen this. He's got like some really cool armor with some spikes on this side. And then again, the weapons look really cool as well. Let's take a look at the tail each time. I feel like maybe the tail and the hair will change on each of these skins. All right, overall, good design for Rengar. Next up is Headhunter. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is giving like Predator vibes, right? Yeah, this is giving Predator. I mean, obviously with the dreads already, it's giving Predator. So, okay, the weapon itself is also a very, like this one right here. I think with this one single blade, I think that is literally way more Predator than like the 2, like the Wolverine claws. And then as well with the dagger. And then, yeah, like the helmet. So, yeah, like the Predators always have like a helmet that fully kind of covers their face except for their mouth, which is cool. All right, so I really like this one for the fact that it is kind of giving the Predator skin. All right, next up is Night Hunter. Ooh. Is that the one that we saw in Wild Rift? Yes, I think so. I do kind of like that they changed him to be blue and have like, I guess, less hair here. I don't know. He almost looks a little more like a rat here, though, to be honest with you. He's a little rat looking. Okay, so the weapon is cool. We got 2 on this side again. The dagger or the sword or whatever you want to call it is also different. Oh, look at the tail. He has a weapon on his tail now. I don't know if the other ones had that. So that's pretty cool. I do like this color blue of him. And yeah, Night Hunter is kind of cool. Oh, and you can actually turn to have his hood on or off, which is cool. Okay. I like this skin. I don't know if it's my favorite yet. And I did notice that he's not wearing the eye patch in this one. All right, continuing on. We have SSW. So this is going to go with honoring Dandy's winning performance as Rengar during the 2014 World Championship. That was 10 years ago. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, now we're seeing Rengar in regular human clothes, which is making it a little odd for me. Like, look at the shoes and everything. I think we've seen a couple of SSW skins. I don't know if this is my favorite. The white isn't the coolest. I mean, that's probably the team's colors. Like, the white shirt is kind of weird to me, and also the headphones. Otherwise, though, I think the best aspect of this skin is probably the weapons. So the like grayish with the blue or whatever on the weapons is really cool. Not my favorite skin, though. Oh, okay. Mecha Rengar. Ooh. All right, and we finally have some chromas. Okay, this is kind of cool because it's giving Gundam. I mean, yeah, it's giving Gundam. Like right here, this one specifically with the white and the red. Okay, this is really cool. I was almost gonna say Transformers, but no, this is giving, I think, more Gundam Wing than anything, especially with the weapon. We do lose the weapon. Oh, I was gonna say we do lose the weapon on his left hand, but no, it's still there. The tail doesn't have a weapon. I really like the mecha version of Rengar. I think it's really cool. Now, a lot of these skins where it like somewhat doesn't even look like their champion anymore, I'm a little bit like, it's okay. But I kind of feel like this is still giving Rengar to me, if that's crazy to say. The original chroma for it, I think is okay, but I think I would probably prefer like the white one with the red or the white one here with the blue. So far, that has been my favorite skin, but let's keep going. We have Pretty Kitty. Stop. What is this? All right, we got Rengar in some pajamas. Nice. Who else has the Pretty Kitty skin? I'll have to go back and look at that splash art. All right, we have him in some pajamas. The sword is cool. We still have, okay, we got the 2 claws on the left here. Let's take a look at some different chromas. Oh, it looks like the design on the pajamas changes. I do like that. I am a cat owner myself, so, you know, I tend to like cat skins like this a little bit more. So I think this is like a fun skin for Rengar. Obviously, they tend to have like real serious skins and everything like that. This is their fun one, and I think this is a pretty good one in my opinion. Cat pajamas for Rengar, come on. That's too funny. For a super serious character as well, I think that's a really fun design for him. I think I like this one, and then I like this one at the very end as well. But I think all of these are pretty good. I would honestly like change these all the time. All right, that one's really good. All right, next up we have Guardian of the Sands. Oh, we've seen a few of these. I like these. Okay. Oh, whoa. Why is this pauldron on the right side and the left side being different? Really cool. Oh, okay. What kind of cat is this? I actually don't know what kind of cat this is with the ears like this, but they're like in the desert, right? Okay, overall design, just from the original chroma, this is by far, I think, my favorite, just because it looks really, really cool. So the weapon changed in in his right hand. I forget what this weapon's actually called as well. And then we do have the 2 claws on the left. I think the pauldrons are probably my favorite, and then like actually the face on Rengar. Let's look at the chromas. Maybe it'll look even cooler in another color. Oh, that's kind of cool. So we're changing his skin color as well with these. Yeah, I think the Guardian of the Sands was a perfect skin for Rengar. This is all cool. I like every single chroma for him, I think, here. All right, that one is now my favorite. I'm worried, though. We have 2 more. All right, we have Sentinel. Okay, so this has to do with the Ruined King Rengar. I'm curious. We didn't get any lore based on the biography and story about the whole Rise of the Sentinels thing or whatever for Ruined King. So, or for the Ruination. So maybe we'll get some of that in the wiki. I definitely want to hear like how he ends up joining them and everything. I guess right here it says, what game is bigger than a king? As a hunter, Rengar could not pass up the opportunity to take on what would be his ultimate prey and the ultimate trophy. Even with Sentinel weapons in hand, they will need the skills of a true Apex Predator to take Viego down. He doesn't seem like he's like very much in like any of the cinematics though. That kind of sucks. It would have been cool to see Rengar. All right, let's take a look at the skin though. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, the hair, first off, badass. The color scheme being the Sentinel color scheme, the weapons. This is a really cool design for Rengar. Like, look at him. Look at his hair. He looks like a veteran here. He looks like really like, I think what they did with the eye is super creative and super cool. I think that's the best part of this. All right, let's look at the rest. The red's not that good to me. Let's keep looking at the chromas. Okay, some of these are okay. I think the chromas actually aren't the best for it. I think the original design and then maybe like this last one with the black and red is really cool. But I think literally the original chroma here, like, dude, look at him. This dude looks super cool. All right, Sentinel, Rengar, very good skin. I have to look at one more and then we'll pick our top 3. This actually became a little bit harder than I thought it would. All right, we have Street Demons for the latest Rengar skin. I don't think I've seen a Street Demons one. Maybe one. Rengar is a famous artist throughout the city, a master of hiding his work in plain sight, only to have it leap out at viewers when they least expect it. That's kind of funny. Okay, so I do like the red and green weapons here. Oh, the shoulder pauldron. it's kind of cool, but then he doesn't have one on the left, so it kind of looks odd to me. Okay, I like a lot of aspects of this. Like, I like this little thing hanging from his chin. I like his hair and what they did with the color and everything. The tail is also cool. Look at the little fire at the end. And his street, like, this is like street clothing, right? So that's kind of cool, but it's also like, it's Rengar, so it's kind of weird at the same time. I don't know why, but seeing him in like kind of semi-regular clothes is kind of off-putting to me versus him being in like armor and like pauldrons and stuff like that, but still. Okay, we have some chromas here with different colors. So it does change his hair color, which is cool, and it's also changing the weapon color. Okay, the thing that I think I'm disliking about this one, they have a lot of these skins for almost every character though. It's too neon, actually. I usually generally like some of the neon skins, but this is like almost too neon for me. Somebody out there is going to like it. It's not me. I think this is a good skin, but I don't think it's my favorite. So let's take a look at the skins again, and I'm going to pick my top 3. Okay, so looking through the skins again, I am immediately going to Sentinel, and I'm immediately going to Guardian of the Sands. So the last one, though, is going to be a little bit difficult for me. I think it's either between Pretty Kitty and Mecha. And you know what? Since we picked 2 serious skins, I'm going to go with Pretty Kitty. I think Mecha is insanely good, though. And then I do think the Street Demon skin is pretty good as well. The rest of them, I think we're okay. Like Night Hunter, Headhunter, you know, they're pretty good. SSW, okay. But realistically, Pretty Kitty, Guardian of the Sands, and Sentinel. So yeah, those are going to be my top 3 skins. You guys let me know in the comments what your favorite skin is. All right, so we have the trivia at the bottom. Bone Tooth Necklace is the first item to feature multiple names and icons. It was first discovered via an erroneous update for the game's official website's item page. The hunt is on between Rengar and Kha'zix references Alien versus Predator. Oh, there you have it. How did I not get that immediately? I'm more of an Alien fan. I love all the Alien films. I've seen them all. I recently saw the newest one, Alien Romulus. That one's like a top tier movie for me. So I really do like the Alien series. I have seen pretty much, I think, all of the Predator movies, except there was like a really bad one with Olivia Munn. I think I just totally skipped that one. But I have seen all of these. I don't know how I didn't get the reference. So that's really cool, especially when I was calling Rengar like a predator earlier in like one of the skins. So yeah, this is actually a really cool aspect to their rivalry being Alien versus Predator. But now I definitely feel like I got to check out Kha'zix because I want to know, first off, it is a void being. We haven't really done too many void beings. Since I'm a really big fan of Alien and everything like that, maybe they've included like, I don't know, some little nice tidbits or lore or something from there. All right, so Rengar's dance references the traditional Mari Haka warrior dance, specifically the Ka Mate. A side-by-side comparison can be seen here, and he shares this dance with Pyke. Interesting that they have the same dance. And then it just says Rengar is one of 10 champions to reference another one in-game. The others being all these people. And then it says Unseen Predator, Prowl, Headshot are a few of the innates that interact with Brush. So those are abilities that interact with the brush in the game. Gotcha. And then Thrill the Hunt's exclamation point appearing over enemies' heads references Metal Gear Solid. Oh, I didn't even see the exclamation mark. If I see an exclamation mark over anyone's head, I'm either immediately going to Metal Gear Solid or I'm going to like that person has a quest for me, like in World of Warcraft or something. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at the wiki. All right, everybody, we're taking a look at Rengar's wiki page here. So we have some nicknames here for Rengar, and it actually shows who calls him what. So we have, is that Melio is calling him Big Dagger Cat, and then we have Graves calling him Rengo. This is kind of cool. So the weapons that they actually have are called the Kirai Saber, the Arm Blades, and the Bolas, and then status alive. Family is just Ponjaf, so father. And then it shows here Sentinels of Light, but it's scratched out because there are no more Sentinels of Light currently, or he just left it, right? All right, so we already read everything over in the early life. That is just repeat stuff. It looks like Sentinels of Light. It's literally, it's not even filled in, guys. And then we have appearances, TBA. So it kind of sucks. Like, I know he was in the Ruination event and everything like that and part of the Sentinels of Light, but they just really didn't fully flesh out his character during that. You guys will have to let me know about that. All right, it just says personality. Rengar is as fierce as they come, as well as brave. He lives for the hunt and the thrill of it, and he roams the land seeking worthy opponents or prey that can put up a fight. Those he kills, he puts on display in his trophy collection. But while he is savage, he's incredibly intelligent, much to that of a patient predator. He studies his prey for strengths and weaknesses and then starts hunting. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty decent explanation of his personality. He is obviously very intelligent because I feel like he needs to have, due to his size and being the runt of the litter compared to the rest of his family or the rest of, you know, his tribe and everything, you have to have some sort of strength in another aspect. And another aspect would be your intelligence level, right? If you're much smarter than everybody else, yet they have a bigger size on you, you can use that intelligence to your advantage, right? All right, so abilities, we have Vistayan physiology. So, right, we have Rengar is a Vistaya, an ancient race of demi-humans changed by the magic of the spirit world. The connection to the spirit world increases their longevity so they can live for centuries and granted them powerful magic. The Vistaya are divided into several different tribes, each one defined by a specific animal. Rengar is a Keylash as a type of Leonine Vistaya. All right, and then so he has enhanced strength, speed, and agility. Rengar is extremely strong, easily capable of killing a man in seconds. Rengar's speed is far greater than that of a normal human, and then Rengar's agility and body coordination allow him to move in ways that others couldn't. He can jump from branch to branch at frightening speed. Much of that of like a legit lion, right? All right, and then relations, we only have Kha'zix and the Sentinels of Light. So Kha'zix, having fought and lost an eye as well as almost his life, Rengar sees Kha'zix as the ultimate prey and wants to hunt him down and mount his head on his den as the ultimate hunting trophy. And that's where you get the alien versus predator thing. So again, if you guys don't know, if you guys know nothing about Alien or Predator or whatever, I mean, Predator, their idea of what the, like all of the Predator movies, basically they just hunt for trophies. Predators are literally just looking for like something that will give them a good fight so they can mount it as a trophy. And that's literally what they did with Rengar's character. All right, and Sentinels of Light, hopefully we have a little bit here. It says Rengar was saved by Lucian and a Sentinel rookie when the Sentinels of Light came to the jungles of Ishtal in search of a fetter. He would later join them in order to hunt Viego to prove that he was still an apex predator. Okay, so he gets saved in some little story, maybe somewhere, maybe in Lucian's thing. I don't know. Okay, so we have... Oh, maybe it's in the Rise of the Sentinels game. Okay. So that's probably where that lore comes from. So they probably put all of the lore for Rengar, for the Sentinels of Light stuff, in that game. I didn't realize that. But it looks like he gets saved by Lucian, and then he recruits Rengar, and Rengar's like, okay, this is like the big bad. Let me try to get Viego as a trophy. All right, so in terms of content for Rengar, it looks like there is another short story called Adaptation. I'm not sure what that's about. It does have Rengar and Kha'zix, so maybe that's when they first fight. That's probably like his origin, like biography, a little bit more fleshed out. And then we have the Rise of the Sentinels game. I am currently in the middle of a Ruined King playthrough. I actually have stopped that currently, but you guys let me know if I should do the Rise of the Sentinels game. I don't know if that one's older than Ruined King. I would imagine it is older. Yeah, you guys let me know if that's worth playing or not. All right, and then with the trivia we have says Rengar belongs to the Vistaya race and tribe known as Keylash, which is named after Kila, a Vistaya Shirei hero during the war against a race of titans from the sky. Whoa. Okay, I've never heard that. They are the Vistaya inhabitants of Shurima. The Keylash apparently believe that seeing a Yordle during a hunt is a good omen that the hunt will be successful. Oh, that's so funny. We just see like Teemo just, you know, randomly traveling to his next destination, and it's ended up being a good omen for their hunt. That's funny. During the events of adaptation, okay, so that's the story, Rengar lost his left eye to Kha'zix. Before that, he had a pair of blue eyes, right? And then his Kirai Saber previously belonged to Marcon, his former hunting mentor. And then he may be a few hundred years old. The Hunter Hunted was originally written from Rengar's point of view. However, with the later established timeline and map settings, the Hunter from the story is unlikely to still be him. The Hunter Hunted. So what is that? This is a short story, 2-minute read. It says starring Nar now. Okay, so it's just another short story with, I guess, Nar. All right, guys, that covers everything we have lore-wise about Rengar. I think at this point, before we move on to the voice lines that we have for him, I really think, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think Rengar could use a little bit more lore, or I think he needs to be involved in maybe some more things. I think it's really cool that they involved him with the Sentinels of Light. They totally could have left him out of it, but they did decide to involve him, so that's cool. Other than that, though, I think, you know, maybe they need something going on in Ishtal right now, because I feel like we have what, like maybe Kiana is like the biggest thing going on in Ishtal, but maybe we need to add some more lore to that area and maybe add like a big event in Ishtal or something for Rengar to be a part of. I think that'd be really cool. Obviously, we have the lore with him and Kha'zix. They should do something there a little bit more. But I'm not sure exactly what they could do with it without like one of them like winning a fight over the other, right? So we'll have to see. Let's go ahead and move on to his voice lines though. All right, everybody. According to the last video, I got a couple comments saying you guys liked when I did the voice lines over the wiki for some of them. It doesn't have Legends of Runeterra voice lines or anything like that. So since we solely just have the voice lines for Rengar, we are going to just be doing the wiki in this video. I know Rengar is one of those older champions, so we don't have too much going on with his character. So we're just going to take a look at what we have for Rengar, and this is actually going to be like the final portion of the reaction. But again, let me know in the comments, guys, who you would like me to react to. I do have Twisted Fate and Graves coming up soon. I know that has been really requested from you guys, so those are coming soon. Those two will just take a little bit longer. All right, let's just get straight into Rengar's here. Obviously, I get a little bit of a spoiler of like what the voice line is going to say, but it's still pretty cool to just see like also that, oh, there's a mecha version of those voice lines and things like that. Sometimes the voice lines would be too fast on some of the videos. Sometimes I wouldn't catch everything. So the fact that we're able to like fully sit down with these voice lines here and read them out. All right, we're going to start off with the pick and ban voice lines. So let's start off. Oh, that reminds me of the MGM logo. All right, and then we have Tonight We Hunt.
Tonight
Oh.
we hunt.
Okay. The voice actor is doing a great job. That's crazy.
A true hunter never rests.
Okay, I immediately feel like this dude voices like orcs in World of Warcraft or something. Tell me if I'm wrong, because that sounds like an orc from World of Warcraft. All right, let's just go through these. We're gonna kind of go rapid fire, and I'll obviously comment through them, but we're going into moving.
Monsters can be made to fear.
That's scary.
I seek only the strongest. Walk the killer's path.
Okay.
A true hunter never rests.
This doesn't feel like the runt of the litter talking right now, right? Like his voice is pretty scary.
Strike when ready.
Oh, it's a little bit quieter. Strike when ready.
Catch their trail. Comfort breeds weakness.
Ooh, that's kind of a scary voice line, to be honest. Whoa, let's listen to that again. You can hear like lion like roars coming out of his throat during that one.
Whose head shall I take?
Yeah, like they added the sound effect in there. That's really cool.
The scent of prey. There is the hunter and the hunted.
Uh-huh. All right, first encounter. Kha'zix.
I found you, beast.
Ooh, he's excited here.
I see you, wretched creature.
Now I want to hear Kha'zix's response to all of these. All right, taunts.
You've earned a good death. I've earned the kill. You have a warrior's heart. I think I'll take it.
Ooh, okay, I really like that one. I think that's my favorite so far. All right, jokes. Oh, God.
So much bloodshed. This is my kind of place. All these trophies. I'm gonna need a bigger den.
Okay, that's just more scary than it is a joke, to be honest with you. All right, we have Rengar's laughs. Oh, that's actually a good laugh. The like deep like roaring lion isn't like out here with these laughs, but it's still cool. It just sounds like a normal like laugh, kind of. Oh, there we got a little bit. All right, basic attacks.
Run! Run! Run!
Oh, they're just like roars. Okay.
Run!
Oh, it's kind of scary. Or growls, I guess. All right, attacking.
Their heads will adorn my wall.
That's a pretty badass voice line.
Carve off a souvenir.
Jeez.
A fitting prize.
So this is just him taking like the head off of his enemy.
Nothing will escape.
That's scary.
Let's see what they're made of. Another piece for my collection.
Ugh.
Lesser creature.
Oh, that's a good insult. Calling someone a lesser creature, like that. Like, imagine calling somebody that in like a game, right? Or just like typing it in League of Legends, just calling the enemy team like a lesser creature. Calling somebody on the enemy team just a lesser creature. I feel like that's a good insult to use. All right, let's move on to ability casting. So we're gonna go through all of his abilities. Here we have using the bone tooth necklace.
I'm just getting started. Each trophy a victory.
So this is cool. When you get your trophies for this bone tooth necklace, that's awesome.
Remember every kill.
It looks like it goes all the way up to 5.
More prey, more prizes. Spoils of the hunt. A token of my conquest.
Obviously, a lot of his voice lines have to do with getting a trophy. These are specifically trophy voice lines, but obviously even up here, he's been doing a lot of like trophy voice lines.
Spoils of the hunt. A token of my conquests. A fine collection. Never return empty-handed.
Ooh, I really like that one.
Leave only a trail of bodies.
That's crazy.
What a glorious hunt!
He must have spotted a Yordle on that hunt. All right, moving on. We have Unseen Predator. Ooh. Dude, those growls are crazy. All right, Rengar bellows. Now we're doing Savagery. Okay, did they have the voice actor do this? There's no way. I didn't even think about that. Maybe they did. I guess a voice actor could do that, but that would literally kill the throat, I feel like. All right, well, now we have Battle Roar. This is really going to kill the throat. This is in very bold font, so this might be really loud. I don't know.
Come on!
Oh, man.
Let's fight!
Dude, the voice actor, I'm assuming the voice actor had to do those voice lines like that. I applaud them. That's crazy. See, doesn't this sound kind of like an orc in World of Warcraft? I could be wrong. Are you using Bola Strike?
Not so fast.
That's funny.
Don't trip. Slow down.
Slow down.
Easy prey.
A lot of growls and like roars and everything from him. That makes sense though. And then a grunt. All right, using his ultimate.
Listen.
Whoa, that effect to the voice there was crazy.
Focus.
Oh, dude, I don't like that. That's kind of scary. And then Rengar roars. All right, now we have during stealth, he actually has some voice lines here. Ooh, it sounds like it's in the distance. That's kind of cool. Now it sounds like a motorcycle. Kinda. It's a long one. Does it just keep going? Oh, no, it's just a really long one. That's cool. All right, moving on, we have muffled Rengar breathes growling. Yeah, this one's even more in the distance and more muffled, okay. So 3 different versions of the Rengar breathing and growling, and then detecting an enemy. Ooh, you hear a heartbeat in the distance. That's kind of cool. All right, we have presence alert. Okay, not sure when that happens. And then we have Rengar's deaths. More growls and groans and everything for coming out of him. He's even dramatic in death. Okay. All right, so that is it. And then we have, I guess, Rengar's trivia here. It says Rengar shares quotes with these people. So we have Poppy, Braum, so not so fast. Okay, let's look.
Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Okay, so they all have the same voice line. And then it says he also shares a quote with let's see what they're made of. This is coming from, oh, who is this? Vel'Koz, I think?
Let's see what they're made
Okay, so they have the same voice line. All right, guys, these were some fun voice lines. Again, he was obviously the main idea of Rengar is he needs to prove. I almost feel like psychology-wise, he kind of needs to prove his worth, or he has an addiction to just getting trophies. Because the whole thing of Rengar, right, came from his father and his tribe just seeing him as the runt of the litter, not being worthy. So then he had to go out there and prove himself by getting a trophy. He ended up killing his own father also as proof of just like showing how much of a hunter and predator he can be. So I think that idea of his trauma from being born the runt of the litter and being treated the way he is from his father has led him into his adult life, and he continues to do this trend of like, I have to keep getting trophies to prove that I am still like an apex predator, just like the thing with Viego, right? So that's why he joined with the Sentinels of Light. He still wants to prove to himself and others, I guess more so than himself maybe, that he is an apex predator, and that still truly comes from the trauma of him when he was born young and born to his father Ponjaf, which led to how he is now. So I think it might be a combination of like the addiction of just hunting and like getting trophies and everything like that. As we can see in all of his voice lines, he really talks about just making sure he gets a trophy, making sure he's still proving himself and that he's still a great hunter. And again, that all comes from his childhood. So yeah, I mean, like analysis, depth, psychology of Rengar, he's actually a pretty simple character. We understand why he's the way he is. And then I think like his main motivation of wanting revenge with Kha'zix. Now that's not really, that is also stems from the idea that he wants to prove that he is an apex predator. He really wants to find Kha'zix again and prove that he would be able to beat him now that he's stronger, now that he's bigger probably. So he just truly like that being his life goal, obviously. That makes sense to me. And also he might just want revenge a little bit, right? I really think, I don't know how much the I don't know how much League of Legends or Riot added to the voice actors like voice lines here, but I think they did a really cool job of adding in like this lion effect into his voice lines with the growls, with the roars and everything like that. And especially just with some of the regular voice lines, you could still feel like it was coming from a speaking lion. You know, like I guess my first thought comes to like the Narnia movies. I think Liam Neeson is a lion in those movies. You know, they obviously added effects to Liam Neeson's voice to make it sound more like a lion was speaking. So I think that's really, really cool. In terms of where we could see his lore in the future, guys, I mean, there's not too much unless we have some sort of event, like I was saying earlier, in Ishtal, since that's where he's residing currently. I think maybe they need to do something there because I feel like there hasn't been too much lore with Ishtal, right? Like it's kind of still a mysterious part of Runeterra that doesn't have much going on. We've reacted to a couple of champions from there already, you know, being Kiana, Skarner, Melio, and things like that. But I would hopefully maybe they're going to keep like building up that area a little bit, and maybe we'll have a big event where Rengar will be like kind of a main character in that section of that lore or that event. That'd be really cool. But other than that, we obviously still have like this alien versus predator thing with him and Kha'zix, which I'll get to Kha'zix, I think, at a later date. I don't know if I'm going to do these two back to back. It would be cool to do them back to back, but I do have some other people that were already on the docket. But I will want to see like Kha'zix's side to this little like rivalry here. I wonder even if Kha'zix even cares about Rengar. Like Rengar could have like this thing, this blood feud out with Kha'zix, and Kha'zix could be out there just living his life and not even really caring because he's a void being and he has better priorities than worrying about Rengar. Who actually knows? I don't know if they've actually built it that way or not. So yeah, future lore wise, they could also do something with those two in the future. Obviously having them eventually fight it out and have a really cool cinematic, I think everybody would love to see that. All right, guys, I feel like Rengar needs an update or something to him, right? Do we think he needs any more lore added to his character at all? You guys let me know in the comments. It's been a while, I think, since he's had anything done to him. He had maybe an update like 7 years ago, I think, to his abilities. I did see that. We obviously have the login screen that is also over 9 years old. I think he needs to be added to Legends of Runeterra. How about that? We need to add him into Legends of Runeterra so I can have some more voice lines for Rengar to take a look at. And maybe they add some more lore to his character and maybe add a little bit more depth to him. It seems like he's a little one note with just like his trophies and wanting to kill people and just wanting to hunt. I feel like maybe we dive more into his trauma, right? Because I think from the first get-go when reading his biography, I was like, okay, this character has trauma. And then that trauma has led to how he is as an adult and what he does in his life, right? So I think it'd be cool if we maybe dove into his trauma a little bit more there in the Legends of Runeterra game if they added some more voice lines for him. All right, guys, I think that's it for Rengar. If there's anything I missed in his lore or anything or any little tidbits you guys want to add, anything about gameplay-wise too, since he is one of those older champions that's been in the game a while, if there's anything cool you guys want to tell me about Rengar, that'd be awesome. Leave it in the comments. Please leave any suggestions as well as who I should react to or anything else that I may have missed for Rengar. And I'd appreciate it if you guys left a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other League of Legends reactions here on the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.